and welcome to At Home with Charlie. So today I'm going to do a bit of cooking. I'm going to rustle up a nice fish risotto. As you can see here, we've got the ingredients. So we've got some beans, some baby sweet corn, asparagus tips, which are really delicious. All food should be enjoyed, but in moderation. So you'll see when I cook, I do, use things like butter and other things, that people might think are unhealthy. But again, it's about moderation and it's about having tasty food and enjoying it. So I think with food, you just have to sort of experiment with it really. And the wine is finished. Oh dear. Well, I'll drink that and then I'll move on to something else. Now on to some cooking. Well, cooking preparation. So we're going to start off by chopping up our veg. This is going to be a really quick meal. So fish risotto, it's something that you can just cook on a lunchtime. Preparation time is normally, I'd say about 20 minutes really, so not too long at all. So starting off with the asparagus tips. So this has already been washed, so it's ready to go. So we're just going to chop off my fingers. Without chopping off my fingers, chopping the ends of the asparagus. So weird because up until recently, I haven't really used much asparagus in cooking. So asparagus tips, lovely. Now onto the baby sweet corn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the baby sweet corn up into little pieces because I want this just to sit really nicely in the risotto. I don't want it to be too big. Voila, all done. So now we're going to go on to the beans. These are sweet helder beans and they're stringless, so that helps. So obviously you don't want that stringy, you don't want a stringy sort of texture in the risotto. So all I'm going to do with these, again, I'm just going to chop these up. I'm just going to do this at an angle, just to get, a bit of variety. Don't want everything to be the same. And again, I'm going to do all of these. Now for the onion and the garlic. So onion, lots of crying normally happens when peeling onions, but I know the trick to stop the crying, and that is peeling it underwater. So all I'm going to do is just chop off the ends. It helps if you have a sharp knife, but unfortunately I'm fairly accident prone when it comes to knives. So I have lots of blunt knives, which is probably not good, but powerful arms cuts through anything. So my onion chopping skills are not the best, but as you can see, so all I've done is cut long ways, and now I'm going to cut the opposite way. So I'm just holding it together and I'm just trying to cut as thinly as I can without chopping those fingers off, because I do want to keep hold of my fingers. I do want to keep my fingers attached to my hand. Right then, so let's see. Like that, I think that's quite good. Maybe not that, but I think that is quite good. I told you I'm not a chef. I just enjoy cooking. It's quite therapeutic. It's a bit like art. Onion. Second one. Oh, I'm starting to cry. So if I start to cry, what I do is I just rush over to the tap, turn it on, wash it again, and that stops the tears. Bring it back. Now this one I'm going to try a bit neater than the last one. But what does neatness matter when it comes to cooking? Because I don't really think it matters. So we're going to take kettle. It's going to enter a kettle to start off with, and rinse that out. And now I'm going to get half a pint of water. I'm going to stick a little bit more than half a pint in. Now this is silly. What's half a pint in millilitres? Don't know. So after consulting the oracle, I have since discovered that half a pint is, 300 millilitres. So I'm going to put in slightly more than 300 millilitres. as I am putting it in the kettle. So pouring that in, lid on, and we've just got to wait for that. So while I'm waiting for the kettle, I will have a sip of wine because it's Friday wine day. And what's Friday wine day without wine? Yum. So next, onion and garlic are going to go into the pot with the fish stock. So here is my fish stock. So you can get this just from any supermarket. Pot that I'm going to use. I absolutely love these pots. They're Le Creuset, and yeah, they you can use for everything really. So I'm going to put it on the biggest one. Right then, so onions in the pot with the garlic. Now garlic, I'm cheating a bit because I'm using garlic paste, but I've also got some dried garlic flakes which I'm going to put into some water, and then I'm just going to crush these up slightly. So not too much, just a little handful, and then putting that in there so that they sort of melt in the water, and they're really flavoursome. Right then, so that's done. So I'm going to pour the water into the pot. So that's roughly 300 millilitres. Voila. I'm going to add my onions in. And I'm going to add my garlic in. I'm not going to put too much paste in because I've already got the garlic flakes, so don't want to overpower it with garlic. Although saying that, I absolutely love garlic. I love garlic so much that I can't live without it. A tiny bit of garlic paste. So I'm just going to tiny amount, half a teaspoon, if that, just to add that tiny bit of flavour. Then I'm going to add the fish stock. I should be mixing this ready. I'm going to grab another spoon so I can stir it. That goes in. If it will come out. It won't come out. It's come out. So I'm now putting this on a high heat and I'm going to cover this for 3 minutes. So the fish stock has disappeared, which is good. Well, not disappeared, it has dissolved. And yeah, so I'm going to put this lid on 3 minutes, and while we're doing that, I'm going to take you on a tiny tour. So, follow me. What an absolutely stunning view out here. So just looking over to the hills over there. It's just really lovely. We had hail today as well, which is really weird. So coming around here into my garden, which is not done yet, but it will be soon. And you can in fact see the sea from here as well. So if you come over here, you can see the sea in the distance over there, which is quite lovely. So now's the time to put in the risotto. Originally I was going to do half a packet, but since my beanies, they'd like rice risotto too, I'm going to cook the entire packet. So all that means is I'm going to need to add in an extra 300 millilitres on top of the 300 millilitres that I was going to put in before. So this, at its time now, I'm just going to open this. Nice and gently, and in it goes. So all of it, so that's 500 grams of risotto, then that's 300 millilitres of boiling water, and then I'm going to add another 300 millilitres. Oh, pot is hot. This smells really good. I wish you could smell it, but you can't. So sorry. I live with the philosophy that home cooked food is the best kind. As you can see, I don't have a microwave because I just like to cook everything from fresh. So I'm going to add in that extra 300 millilitres now, so in it goes. So as I was saying about that microwave, although I do like to cook everything from fresh, one of the main reasons that I don't have a microwave is because my daughter decided to blow the microwave up. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to give her the opportunity again, so I didn't buy another one. And life without a microwave is pretty good. So what we're going to do now with this, so now all the water's in, I'm just going to give it a nice stir. And I want the heat to be fairly high on this, not max, so I'm just going to take it down ever so slightly. I still want a high heat. And I'm going to cover that for 5 minutes. So now to prepare the fish while we're waiting, so that's for 5 minutes. So this is my meat preparation board of meat and fish. So I'm going to take the skin off because we don't want the skin on this. I've prepared the fish, so we're going to add this into the risotto along with the veg, the rest of the veg. Some more water as well, so another 300 millilitres of water and a touch of salt for taste. And that will be it. So I'm going to put the fish in first. And now for the extra 300 millilitres of water, and I think this pot is getting a little bit full. I'm just going to be careful while doing this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt for taste. So this is a really nice salt. It's sea salt with a hint of lime. So just a small amount. I'm just mixing this in. I'm a little bit worried because the pot is not big enough. I'm going to add in the veg. I might not add all of this in actually because we are running out of space in the pot. So fit in as much as I can. Looks lovely, looks yummy. So I'm going to stick a bit more of that in. I think we'll get away with that actually. Might. Yeah. Now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the asparagus a little bit more because I'm not 100% happy with it like that. I've got all my veg in, I've got the fish in. This has just got to simmer now. So this is enough to feed an entire family and it's going to be really tasty. What I have got left to put in, but not yet, is the butter. And I'm going to use goat's butter because it just gives a really nice, different flavour to normal butter, cow's butter. So that is going to simmer for a while. I'm going to leave that there, lid on, and done. So I'm just going to tidy up a bit while I'm waiting because I hate a messy kitchen. A click of my heels and a sprinkle of fairy dust. The kitchen is now magically tidy. Is to add the goat's butter, so we're going to add the goat's butter into this and let that simmer for a while and then we'll be done. So finally we've added the butter. I'm just going to leave this to simmer. All I'm going to make sure is that the bottom, the risotto doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. So I'm just stirring and turning over. But yeah, this is smelling absolutely delicious, so this is going to be a treat. So we are just about finished. Well, I am just about finished. So here it is. Lovely sticky risotto, fish risotto. So I'm just going to plate it up on this lovely seaweed plate to add to the fish theme. The presentation is very important when it comes to food. So as you can see, presentation is the tricky part. So here we have a lovely fishy risotto, really, really tasty. The taste test says it all. And for the taste test, so this looks absolutely delicious. So I'm going to get a little bit of fish risotto as well. Absolute heaven. So delicious. Well worth the wait. Right then, would the camera lady like some as well? Here we go, camera lady. And what's your verdict? What's your verdict, camera lady? Is that a yes or a no? Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon, hopefully next week with more cookery. Goodbye.